Hey everybody, Matt Warner, naturespilgrim.com. I'm always talking about raw food. At least I started, that's kind of how I got my start, was kind of from a raw food genre. But now I think my place is more to speak to people who are either already raw foodists or raw leaning, or people who eat consciously, whatever their diet may be, if their diet is aligned with principles of nature, in the sense that we take a raw food diet because we want to have a natural diet and eat the food as it was created by nature and all that stuff. And it, in the beginning, can be a bit rhetorical, and it can stay rhetorical if you don't integrate that philosophy in your whole lifestyle. So for instance, one of the things I talk about a lot is waste, human waste. And as a lot of people like to point out in my comments, they usually think I'm talking crap no matter what I'm talking about. But it's really just as important to pay as much attention to managing our waste as it is to what we're eating and what we're nourishing ourselves with. Because if we don't start finding an alternative to this conventional plumbing system, and we keep contributing to this really wasteful and polluting method that we've grown dependent on and accustomed to, then we're not going to have any nutrition left in the soil, and getting food is going to be the least of our concerns, because the food that we do get is going to have nothing in it, or it's going to be toxic, or we're going to have to rely on some sort of a technocratic agriculture or some kind of weird stuff like that. So we got to get back into doing things literally more naturally, and using toilets with plumbing and flushing our waste into a big system with chemicals and chlorine and sewage treatment centers and all this kind of stuff, and nothing could be further from nature or natural. It's just it's a antiquated system that at one point served some sort of a symptom treatment purpose. So if you became a raw foodist, or you're looking for this diet because you want to worry, if you're worrying about the health of the all-being, of yourself, your body, and the planetary body, and really, if you really want to be natural, then one of the easiest things you can do, and one of the most important things, the most significant things you can do, is stop using the toilet system. So, and it's really easy. It's really, really easy, and there's really no reason that anybody should be able to have an excuse not to do it. And you don't need to go to one of those BioLet $2,000 composting toilet systems. It's ridiculous to spend that much, and you're still then feeding into some industry and supporting manufacturing and the plastics that they make it out of, and the factories that they use for it, and the things they use to ship it. It can be so simple. So I'm going to show you again what my system is like here. And I have a couple of videos from before when I was in Florida, but now my system's a lot different. I live in a community now, and when I got here, it's not like an intentional community. I don't want to live somewhere that's that bureaucratic or anything. It's just people who are interested in living simpler, closer to the land, and support each other in doing that. So there's no strict rules, and everybody's basically all on the same page, but really there's nobody enforcing any kind of rules or anything. I don't want to live in that sort of a passive-aggressive authoritarian society like I see in a lot of these intentional communities. So I kind of took it upon myself, because it was a really disorganized system here as far as going to managing waste, and people were all doing different things, and it was okay, but it wasn't organized enough to be able to actually apply those systems. So I thought that since I have sort of a passion for it, for better or worse, it's really important to me that it's handled in the right way, so that we're responsible in our relationship with the soil, and that we end up with, so that we still have nutrition in our soil for years to come. So there's only about 8 people here, so I handle the waste for everybody, and I basically just supplied composting toilets that were built out of recycled material, and I built a compost center so that we could use with a bio. I'll show you all that. This is my toilet. It's right outside the yurt, and you can see there's a frame around it because I'm in the process of building a roof for it, and I don't know whether I'm going to put panels on the sides or not, but that's neither here nor there. The reason that the frame is actually here is to support the chimney, actually. So I figured the best thing to do is just if I'm going to make a big strong foundation for the chimney, then I might as well do something else with it. So for now I'm going to use it for a little bathroom stall to keep it dry when it rains. But you can see how simple it is. It's really just 4 pieces of stud with some scrap wood there, and I just painted it with this earth paint, and just so it lasts outside, and got an old toilet seat, threw it on there, and It's really simple. You just go in here, and it's just a little 5-gallon bucket, and the idea is incredibly simple. You just pop open the lid, and there you go, and you can see it's pretty full, and that's sawdust in there. So you just basically go in there, and since we live out in the middle of the woods, there's really no need to urinate in it. We just go out anywhere. You can just pee anywhere in the woods. It's really not a big deal. The reason I say that is because it's easier if you keep it as dry as possible in there and just not have a ton of urine. So if you have to go to number one, you just go outside, which is just kind of a normal thing to do. Seems silly to waste a bathroom visit just to pee. You can do that anywhere, yeah, even women too. So not a big deal. Now the biggest thing people always worry about is if it's going to smell. And with the sawdust, you don't smell a thing. It's really simple. It's really clean and easy. But more than anything else, the smell, it's not about trying to cover it up. It's like if you eat simply and you don't eat meat and animal products, cheese and milk and stuff like that, and you eat simply, because even a raw foodist who eats really bad combinations, complicated things of like nuts and fruit and all kinds of decadent spices and really complicated gourmet raw dishes, the poop's still going to stink because you're going to have putrefaction and fermentation in your stomach. So if you eat simply and modestly, I guess, then you don't have to worry about smell. It's never an issue. So you could put one of these right in your house, and it would never be any different. Now, the medium I use in here is sawdust, which I just keep in this bucket next to it here. So, and there's some couple leaves in there that just happen to fall in there. But you can use sawdust, which works really well. But you could use really anything: straw, mulch, leaves, anything that's going to go in there. And as long as you are eating well, you never have to worry about the odor. So now I'm going to take this over to the composting center where everybody else is.